Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Then you see it.
Then you take that decision, taking into consideration every information. I don't think that has been done. And that, to an extent, I would say the leadership style of my good friend Matthew Poku Prempre has to be considered again. In this situation, you want to take a little back step, do a little more listening in order to be able to take a decision that can take as many. You can't always get 100% support.
But the fact of John Dramani Mahama coming in and then President taking this step and then division at the front of UTAC, then we begin to ask, how did Mahama arrive at his earlier position that appeared to have resonated with the majority at UTAC and then the current position of President of the Republic?
Yeah, but then that shows, for example, that he's listening more. It means also that the current leadership has to listen better. Because if both were listening correctly, they should be arriving at a position that makes as many stakeholders as possible happy. So it's all about the style of leadership. And that's why I told you already, that kind of style that he has is a very good listener. He listens a lot. And naturally, when you listen a lot, your decisions are likely to also be better decisions.
Could it also be that John Dramani Mahama has a better crop of MPs who form the parliamentary NDC and are really propping him up with accurate information that is grounded on solid listening?
You know, of course, we are in a political game. So as much as possible, you want to make sure you create the impression that you are the best and the other one is not as good as that. I don't particularly want to look at it that way. I believe across the political divide, there are good guys and there are intelligent guys. And I believe all of them have love for their country. The difference, however, I think is the extent to which ultimately the leadership is able to listen. Because no matter what great advice I may have, let's assume I'm the one, let's say this is a vehicle, I'm the one driving this vehicle. And let's say we are heading towards Tamale. To the extent that I'm ready to listen to the views that are coming from those of you who are on board, my decisions will be better. And when I take a decision, at least I'm driving at this speed, I'm going to reach Tamale at this hour, and all of you telling me that no, this one is not, and I refuse to listen. Ultimately, it's not so much the bad advisors, it's you, the one who is taking the decision. So I don't particularly believe that the MPs necessarily are not as good on the other side. I think there are good MPs across both sides, but I think it's all about listening.
No suggestion to that effect, but except to say that on the back of NDC even have more lawyers in parliament than the NDC, MPP that we have previously known. NDC having the young gentlemen on the ascendancy as you had the opportunity, and then you realize the delivery of Okuje Brakwa, you realize the delivery of Felix Kwachu Fusu, the delivery of James Ajenim Boateng, the delivery of Sami Jemfi, delivery of JJ Jinapo, delivery of the young. So what has become of the current NDC if the young men appear to be propping up John Dramani Mahama?
That's how you ought to be. I mean, we were much younger. At the time, we were given an opportunity to serve our party. I mean, I was very much, you know very well. I mean, our 20 days, I was far more younger than now. But we're given an opportunity, and that you learn. I mean, it's not just an opportunity for you to serve, but also an opportunity to learn. Because at every point in time, you are looking up to those who have been ahead of you and learning from them as well. The same way you get Sami Jemfi and the rest, who today, much younger, but they are learning. I can tell you, for example, having occupied the position Sami is occupying today at the party level, I can tell there's no day that Sami and I don't have a conversation.
But on the face of it, you were a propagandist and Sami is a communicator. Can you tell the difference?
There's no difference at all. There's no difference at all.
Same old story.
The name doesn't make the difference.
But the delivery, I mean, where you propagated issues to the extent that you needed to apologize to our parliamentary.
I never had to apologize. That's not true.
Okay, tell us what happened.
That's not true at all.
Tell us what happened.
Our friends on the other side always want to create some of those false impressions. I never did. The only thing that is close to what you're saying had to do with a newspaper publication, a newspaper that got it wrong. The same way Neat FM sometimes gets it wrong and has to say that we got this story wrong. I spoke about a newspaper that got a story wrong. not about me. Because as a person, I never once mentioned any of those things in any of my communications as the one who was in charge of communication of the NDC. Never spoke about that, never uttered any of those statements in any press conference, any. So I was not talking anything about me, myself at all. So this whole thing about, he had to go.
But
and
the apology
apologize.
was foisted.
Absolutely. It's not even foisted. It's like asking you that, this newspaper that you were related to had a mistake. It's just like the owner of your station,
yes,
maybe appearing at a vetting, and we say, you know what, Neat
taking
FM,
absolute responsibility.
Neat FM the last time said this story, but this story is not true. You say, yes, Neat FM made a mistake. I apologize on their behalf. Then you are the liar. I was not the liar. I never said any of those words.
Right. Back to the issue of John Dramani Mahama's outings these days.
Yeah.
What do you make of John Dramani Mahama's pronouncements on COVID? Setting up a technical committee. Yeah. Tell us, what do you make of it?
I think he's been very responsible. He's been very responsible. Because I can tell you that if it were the other way around, I don't think we would have seen the same level of responsibility. Let's face it. Of course, as I said already, we are in an election year. So every opportunity is being used to be able to, as it were, make yourself look look good in order for it to work to your benefit come the election. But at the same time, there are certain things that are simply the right thing to do. So, for example, when he made a decision to make contributions to various hospitals, I think it's a good thing to do. We as MPs are doing the same thing. Individuals who are not even in politics are doing the same thing. Organizations who are not directly political are making contributions to be able to support the fight against COVID, because it's a fight that is affecting all of us. So that's a responsible thing to do. Asking people to observe what you call the World Health protocols of social distance or physical distance, and doing the things done to using sanitizers and so on, it's a responsibility.
Setting up a parallel technical committee responsible?
Yes, because you see what? As I said earlier, nobody has monopoly over ideas and over solutions. If you were setting up a group whose job is to say everything that is being done is wrong, then that's a wrong thing. But if the group is able to say, some of these suggestions are wonderful suggestions, but there are these other suggestions that should be taken on board, I think really that's how you ought to be. Because not one group knows it all. In fact, if you notice what's going on, even the World Health Organization is not getting it perfect. Not long ago, the World Health Organization told us that it's very dangerous, the surfaces, because the virus can settle on them, and once you touch it, today they came and say, no, very minimal infection happens when you touch surfaces. The same group told us not long ago that, you know what, people are very dangerous when they are about to start showing symptoms, meaning your symptoms are not showing, that's when you are most dangerous. Today they say, no, people who are not showing symptoms are not dangerous. All over. So we can see conflicting messages that are coming even from the World Health Organization. If you go to America, the CDC that's in charge of this whole process, they're getting it wrong. One moment they say this, the moment they say that. So there's no one who has it perfect. So if the government team felt that, no, you should leave this to us because we have the expert, it's wrong. We should be able to listen to different sides and be able to, I would have said, if you were in charge, listen, if a good suggestion came from NDC, and so what? Take it and run with it. At the end of the day, you use it for the benefit of the people of Ghana. So I don't think really there's a problem with setting up.
Acting as if he's a supervisory president?
No, I think that one is for people who are very insecure. If you are insecure, then you are worried. I don't believe, for example, that if you really know what you are doing, you worry too much about what somebody is doing. Because remember, even Nana Akufo-Addo, when he was candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo, I remember he gave speeches as candidate, opposition candidate, with national flag behind him. He gave speeches with national flag behind him. And the highest position he had attained before then was Minister of Justice and Minister of Foreign Affairs. But we are talking about candidates, GM, who has been to the highest position of the land, Vice President, President of the Republic. If he gave a speech with Ghana flag behind him, then our friends on the other say, no, there can only be one president. I think it's because they are very insecure.
Do you accept John Dramani Mahama is acting as if he's a supervisory president?
That's only if those who are in charge are feeling that they are not doing a good job and are feeling threatened. But if you know what you're doing, it's not perfect, but you are doing a great job, you take that on board. President Trump has no option but to listen to what Joe Biden has to say. Joe Biden has different opinions about different things, and Joe Biden will tell them. Now, President Trump doesn't come about complaining, how dare Joe Biden come and making suggestions? I'm the one in
Utie Oha Extreme Punk no Needs FM.